Alright guys, we are back for another Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield. This is the first one I've got with face cam. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to do. Usually I'll put like the, what the unit does on the screen. I'll probably just do that. Might even cover up my face cam with that. We'll see. It doesn't really matter because, I mean, doing a face cam video doesn't really require that much extra effort compared to how I used to do it. So I might just slap it right over my face. It's not really that big of a deal. So obviously, I know my boy Animated Muscle has kind of converted his, we both had kind of talked about the series, like, before either of us had done it. We've both done a few, well, Muscle's done a few, I've done a ton. But Muscle has kind of converted his series into preparing for the new, Dokkan Limit Road or Battle Road, Super Road, whatever you want to call it. We get the new physical LR Gohan. I'm just going to keep calling mine Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield. But again, believe it or not, a lot of the units we're using today, I'm actually preparing for that new mode coming up this weekend, actually. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, this guy, the Baba Shop Master Roshi. Now, I have been playing JP for quite a while, and as you guys have seen, I've used, over probably 10,000 stones since I started playing JP. Probably well over that, honestly. I could make like an exact calculation, but it's a very high number. In all of that time, I have only been able to get one Baba Shop unit with all those stones. By the way, he does take the Ghost Usher Baba Shop medals. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this video, but it probably will be after this update is implemented on Global. Today it was announced that Global will get the Baba Shop Dokkan Awakenings very soon. Those medals, they only cost 1 million in the Baba Shop, so it's not that bad. I guess it is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's not that bad. I do love the art for this Master Roshi right here. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our boy does. Again, I'm probably going to be using this guy on my Mono Super STR team because with Ultimate Gohan on there, Ki is actually a little bit of an issue. So having a support unit that is going to give Ki rather than something like Super Saiyan 2 Bardock, which just gives stats, I much prefer the Ki, honestly. So this is Max Power Technique Master Roshi Max Power. His leader skill is STR types, Ki +3, and HP attack and defense 70%. So of course this guy is he has the same leader skill as the STR Omega Shenron, so that is very useful for free-to-play players. His super attack is the Kamehameha, which does supreme damage to enemy. His passive skill is Master Roshi's Dignity, which is STR type Ki +2, and then a great chance of attack and defense 30%. So what makes this interesting is it actually does not look as though these passives are restricted to just STR types. The Ki is, but the stats actually would affect any type. I gotta run tests on that to make sure that is correct, but that is quite a boon. That does make these units a little better. His links are Over in a Flash, Infighter, Kamehameha, Supreme Warrior, World Tournament Champion, Turtle School, and Shattering the Limit. So he does have Over in a Flash and Kamehameha, two okay links. Unfortunately, Over in a Flash is not very common on STR. I mean, obviously, Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, and then I guess Super Saiyan 3 Adult Goku all would have Over in a Flash, but this guy's going to be like a floater. And more often than not, you're going to have a rotation with Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku and the Kid GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So I guess the Over in a Flash will help those two units super. So that's pretty cool. The other thing is 12 key multiplier, 140%. That's not bad considering it's free. And at SA10, Roshi gets an additional 30% attack buff, kind of like Super Strikes or LRs. So that is pretty nice. Obviously, mine is only SA1, but you can use the full power Master Roshis that you summon. I actually made this mistake, and I've sold a bunch recently when I could have used them for this guy, but oh well. Regardless, he'll be a very good unit, I think, for the new Battle Road, so definitely do not have a problem with him. Next unit we're going to go ahead and awaken is, of course, my boy Shenron right here. Shenron is a meme that has been a meme for a long time because he obviously came out with STR Omega Shenron. They had very similar silhouettes. A lot of people were confused as to the difference between Omega and Sin. So many people pulled Sin thinking they had Omega, only to realize later, oh shit, you know, this is actually the trash version, Sin Shenron. Now, Sin is not the best, okay? But if you have physical Omega Shenron, Sin Shenron is a big fucking deal. So this is Agent of Destruction, Sin Shenron. His leader skill is physical type, attack and defense 60%, fodder. His super attack is the Dark Dragon Slaying Bullet, which does supreme damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. Not a big fan of that greatly lowers defense, especially when you look at his passive, Rampant Bloodlust, which is attack 80% and all enemies defense minus 30%. So he's going to be lowering the boss's defense all over the place, which isn't really that big of a deal. But here's what is probably the biggest thing about Sin Shenron here. He has, for links, Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, GT, Fear and Faith, and Shadow Dragons. Brutal Beatdown. I believe Physical Omega does have that. That's 10% attack. Big Bad Bosses. Physical Omega also has that. So, of course, that is 25% attack and defense when HP is 80% or below. Fierce Battle, they both have it. That's another 15%. GT, they both have it. That's another 2 key. Fear and Faith, they both have that. That's another 2 key. Shadow Dragons, they both have that. That is 15%. So, Sin Shenron turns the physical Omega into basically, if not better than Intelligence Gogeta, like very, very, very close to him. Sin, like, completely doubles Omega's output. It's insane. So that's why Sin is actually, like, a very good unit to have if you have physical Omega Shenron. I actually do not have physical Omega Shenron, so Sin won't really help me out too much right now, but in the future, I probably will pull him, and he will be helpful. Last thing, of course, he does obviously have the Shadow Dragon Arc Saga, because that is a unit that, you know, you're going to be running on that team, or also on Extreme Physical as well. So next, we will move on to this next guy, who is actually a little underrated. I've never really seen many people talk about this guy or use this guy, but he's not bad. Of course, we have the STR Android 17, who is able to Dokkan Awaken with medals from the Perfect Cell boss fight. Pretty good unit, because Mono STR is very wonky. A lot of the units are really not fitting together that well. A lot of the villain typings are honestly pretty bad. Well, especially when you compare it directly to the hero typings. It's like, yeah, there's a lot to be improved. So this is Concentrated Power Android 17. His leader skill is Tech, Intelligence, and STR, 3 key, and HP attack and defense 20%. So he does certainly have an interesting leader skill there. Now his super attack is Sadistic Dance, which does supreme damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. So, not a fan of the greatly lowers defense. Supreme damage is not really that great either. But, passive skill, Outstanding Stamina. Ho, 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 ho! Android, listen, we know that Android 18 has limitless stamina, so that might be tough on Krillin. But what about Android 17? How does that work, huh? Whatever. So 17's passive is Weakens Regeneration, which is only useful, of course, in the Perfect Cell boss fight. He also gives himself 40% attack, and he changes AGL key orbs to rainbow key orbs, which is very good. That is the exact type of orb changer you really want. One that changes a solid color to a rainbow color, so that'll open up more paths. So the team as a whole will be able to get more total key. Very, very useful. His links are Infinite Energy, Android Assault, Twin Terrors, The Innocents, Soul vs. Soul, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. So obviously his links are not bad, because he does have Fear and Faith and he does have Fierce Battle. I don't think the rest will be too useful. The only negative about this guy is the fact that he's changing AGL to Rainbow means when there is undeniably an Android category, this Android 17 is not a unit you're going to want to run, because you're going to be taking away AGL key orbs from Super 17 and also the LR Android. So you know, you're probably going to go with, you can only either run this guy or the Trenchcoat AGL 17. Looks like Trenchcoat AGL 17 is probably definitely going to be the way to go, and this Android 17 is going to fall by the wayside. So this guy is basically relegated to Extreme STR, but, you know, that's not the worst thing. So the last unit, those first 3 units I will be using in the new mode. This last guy I won't, but, you know, I'll go ahead and awaken him anyway. This is Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, who, of course, awakens with medals from the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku boss fight. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. This is the only TUR for Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, too. There was also the physical Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, but he Dokkan awakens into Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. So this remains the only Transcendent Ultra Rare Angel Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. He actually is interesting. So, his leader skill is Tech and... Well, actually... Oh, excuse me. This is Returning from the Otherworld Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel. His leader skill is Tech and Physical types Ki +3, HP and Defense 70%. So, unfortunately, he does not have attack, so that leader skill is not really going to be good there. Super attack is the Super Kamehameha, which does supreme damage. His passive skill for his friends... Now, this is interesting, right? His passive skill is Ki 5 and attack 12,000 as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So, you guarantee that he is going to be a floater, but, you know, you look at those, you know, 12,000 attack, obviously, it's just a flat bonus. It's not as good as a percentage, but he'll never have a problem super attacking, which is a little bit of an issue on super tech as well, because his links, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle, he does not have Over and a Flash, which is the absolute king dominant key link on Super Tech. So, in order for this guy to super, he is going to need that passive. He is going to need to be in the 3rd slot of the rotation. He's an interesting unit. If I ever have spare Kais down the line, maybe I'll think about giving it to him and I'll test this guy out. Last thing, he does have the Revived Warrior category. Such an odd category that Revived Warrior 1 is. Although, I would say, for the most part, it does absolutely make sense. So, there's that. Alright, guys. That will be it for today. We had several units that I'll be using in that new mode. We'll see exactly how that goes. But my Extreme Physical team, my Extreme STR team, and my Super STR team definitely took a buff today for that mode. I will see you guys for whenever we do that. Later.